As a social documentary photographer, Alan Lee Koss also drove a taxi cab in the 70s and 80s, and during that time he captured a whole lot of candidates from the back seat.
He's compiled a lot of his photos in a new book, Fares Chicago Taxi Cab Portraits. Alan worked with real estate developer Perry Casalino, who is also an art collector, to put that book together. They join us now. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
So, Alan, I can't imagine being a taxi cab driver in the 70s and 80s. You must have seen some crazy things to begin with. So how do you start that conversation? I know you're in a hurry, but can I take some pictures?
Well, exactly. That's how it is. I asked everybody for sure, and half of them were surprised, but as you will see in the book, many of them are really were ready to strike a pose.
It's interesting because when you're looking at the photos, it's such a diverse, black and white and young and old, and some people holding children. And for you, like, was there one subject that you really stood out to you, or what do you think it says about all these different faces that we see that end up in Chicago taxi cabs?
Prominent characters, and you see people holding pictures.
Yes,
I asked them. Those were my favorite.
Those are your favorite right there.
Are those pictures of people that their family members?
They were carrying them, and they asked, what can I do? I'm not ready. It would show some photos, and that's what they did. Or, of course, show the money, and that's the title of the book, Fares.
And what are you?
Remember, you used to pay with money.
Remember those coins and dollar bills we used to pay with?
Yeah.
So then you met Perry, because you were trying to shop this book around, and Perry kind of helped bring it to fruition. What are the goals of getting this out there, showing these candid photos? What are you guys hoping to accomplish?
Well, it's a slice of Chicago in the late 70s and early 80s that Alan thought was important to communicate. He was just taking pictures in his cab, commiserating with people, feeling people out to see if they were friendly or not. And he chose people that he thought would be interesting to share with, other people, because he's been trying to get this book published for many years. Mm-hmm. When I first saw the pictures, I just thought these faces were fascinating, these hard-scrabble Chicago faces and all these different stories of these people. And Alan just had a great eye on picking these people and communicating with them and getting them to smile for the camera or share a little bit of their lives. Yeah. He did a great job. This book is almost as much about him as it is about the people that he took the pictures.
And what you said, it's a slice of Chicago that has largely been lost now that we look at the way transportation has changed so much in Chicago. For you, what did it mean to you to have these interactions with people, and even if you didn't take necessarily a photo of them, as a taxi cab driver in Chicago in the 70s and 80s?
It's wonderful, connecting with people and in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
have you heard from any of them?
No.
No. Okay.
Remember, I was not a reporter, so I didn't take notes, and I didn't get their stories, and hardly their names. There are about 5 people in here that are celebrities that we know.
And then some people were regulars in his cab, but this was 30, 40 years ago. A lot of these people aren't even living anymore. It's,
terrible. And then we have a little checker cab in case some of the younger people don't know what
you don't checker cabs that much
beautiful,
anymore.
big, comfortable cab, not something that you're crammed into nowadays.
Yeah, it's a whole different
A different type. Well, so people can get this book where?
It's on Amazon and Blurb, and hopefully we'll be getting it into bookstores. It's a little challenge, and hopefully we can have a major show at like the Cultural Center or the Historical Society.
Yeah,
and it's also available at Quimby's bookstore.
Okay, Quimby's bookstore.
Well, these zines, these shorter ones are.
Quimby's in Wicker Park. So for more, check out chicagoc.com. Thank you both so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations on finally getting that published. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.